Hello friends, I welcome you on BYJU'S Exam Prep, India's most comprehensive preparation platform for all the engineers. Friends, today I am bringing to you one more recruitment opportunity, that is Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam. The advertisement number is 105/2022 and the closing date for the application is 10th of January. So let us have some insight about this recruitment. The tentative vacancies and educational qualification requirements are Civil Department, the designation is Field Engineer, tentative vacancies are 25, the educational qualification is full-time degree in Civil Engineering from a recognized university institution in India. Mechanical Engineers, again designation is Field Engineer, number of vacancies 15, again full-time degree in Mechanical Engineering from a recognized university or institution of India. For electrical candidates, again Field Engineer, tentative vacancies are 25 and full-time degree in electrical and electronics engineering. So those students who are having triple E branch, very important point for electrical engineers. If you have a pure electrical engineering degree, then also you can apply. If you have electrical and electronics from a recognized university or institution of India, then also you can apply. Then environment engineering, again field engineer, number of vacancies 3. Full-time regular BTech BE in environment engineering or 2 years full-time regular postgraduate degree in environmental engineering, environmental science from a recognized university or institution of India. Then FNA, field officer, number of vacancies 6. CA, ICWA, CMA, 2 years full-time MBA with specialization in finance. Then HR, again field officer, number of vacancies 6. And graduate with 2-year full-time MBA, postgraduate diploma with specialization in personnel and HR. So basically, you are going to focus here. Most of you, civil, mechanical and electrical. The age limit is going to be 30 years as on the closing date of the application. Compensation package is going to be 60,000 and it is inclusive of the EPF applicable as per the scheme for engagement on fixed tenure basis. In addition to the fixed remuneration, additional remuneration shall be payable as below. There are some conditions. For example, candidates placed in Arunachal Pradesh except Itanagar and area within 50 kilometers from Itanagar, there will be 100% of fixed remuneration. This will be additional. Itanagar and area within 50 kilometers from Itanagar and projects in Chenab Basin, 50% of the fixed remuneration extra. Then Jangi, Topan, Pawari HEP and Devsari HEP, 25% of the fixed remuneration. For Jangi, Topan, Pawari, the additional remuneration shall be payable only for posting at project sites, not in the district headquarters. Let us see what is the reservation. For civil engineering, out of 25 posts, 3 posts are reserved for SC, 1 post is reserved for ST, 6 posts are reserved for OBC non-creamy layer, and 2 seats are reserved for economically weaker section. 13 seats are unreserved. For mechanical engineers, out of 15 vacancies, 2 vacancies are reserved for scheduled caste, 1 vacancy for scheduled tribe, 3 vacancies for OBC non-creamy layer, 1 vacancy for EWS, and 8 vacancies are unreserved. For electrical engineers, out of 25 vacancies, 3 vacancies are reserved for scheduled caste, 1 for scheduled tribe, 6 for OBC non-creamy layer, 2 for EWS, and 13 vacancies for unreserved, and similarly for others. Let us see the relaxations and concessions for SC, ST and physically challenged candidates. For SC, ST and physically challenged candidates, no application fee is going to be payable. Such candidates will be required to produce the requisite certificate in the prescribed format of the Government of India from a competent authority at the time of the interview. Other relaxation and concession for SC, ST, physically challenged, OBC non-creamy layer against reserved post only. So there is upper age relaxation by 5 years for SC/ST as applicable. For physically challenged, upper age is relaxed by 10 years of general category and 13 years for OBC and 15 years for SC/ST category. All SC/ST and physically challenged candidates with aggregate marks of 50% in prescribed qualification are eligible for applying for the post of field engineer or officer against the reserved post only. The upper age limit is relaxed by 3 years for only those candidates belonging to the non-creamy layer. Such candidates will be required to produce the requisite certificate in the prescribed format of Government of India from a competent authority issued in the current financial year or within 6 months at the time of interview or the document verification. The OBC candidates who belong to the creamy layer are not entitled for OBC concession and they have to indicate their category as general unreserved candidate. Concession for Jammu and Kashmir candidates. The upper age limit is relaxed by 5 years for the candidates who had ordinarily been domiciled in the state of Jammu and Kashmir from 1st of January 1980 to 31st of December 1989. What is the selection process? The selection process consists of computer-based test, written test followed by group discussion and personal interview. The marks obtained in the computer-based test or the written test shall carry the 75% of the weightage, and group discussion will have a weightage of 10%, and personal interview shall carry the weightage of 15%. The candidates will have to choose from the following test centers, either it is New Delhi, Chandigarh, Dehradun, Shimla, Mandi, Bilaspur, Kullu, Kangra, Hamirpur, Solan. Candidates shall be required to choose any two centers as preference 1 and preference 2 test centers, and no change in any circumstances will be considered subsequently. So when you are filling up your preferences for the test centers, you should be very cautious because you cannot change it later on. However, SJVN reserve the right to add, delete any test center and allocate any center to the candidate. Let us see some insights about the computer-based test. The test will be in two parts. Part 1 will consist of 120 multiple choice questions of the relevant discipline, and part 2 will consist of 30 multiple choice questions on executive aptitude. The minimum qualifying marks in CBT shall be 40% for SC, ST and PW candidates and 50% for others. Now this is a big opportunity for all you guys, civil, mechanical and electrical, because there is a separate written part. So if your gate performance was not that good, there is one opportunity where you can prove your mettle. You can give the written test and it is going to have 120 questions from the technical part, and then there will be 30 questions on the aptitude. So 150 questions you have to handle. Okay. There are some more inputs. Only Indian nationals of age 18 years or above are eligible for applying for Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam Limited. Persons working under the central or the state government public sector undertakings, they have to produce a no objection certificate at the time of interview or the document verification, failing which they will not be allowed to appear in the interview or considered for document verification. The candidates called for the personal interview document verification will be reimbursed a written second AC sleeper rail fare as per the rules of the company. General EWS and OBC category candidates are required to pay a non-refundable application fee of 600 rupees plus 18% of the GST for engagement as field officer or engineers. SC, ST, PWD persons with disability candidates are exempted from the payment of application fee. How to apply? Eligible and interested candidates would be required to apply online visiting the official website of Satluj Jal Vidyut Nigam Limited. There is no other means or mode of application which will be accepted. Before registering their application on the website, the candidate should possess the following. So before you are going for the final submitting your application, you should have a valid email ID and ensure that it is active during the entire recruitment process. The application sequence number, user ID, password, and all other important communication will be sent on the same registered email. Please ensure that email sent to this mailbox is not redirected to your junk or spam folder. Otherwise, you will not be able to identify whether you got the response or not. Second, personal details and educational qualifications. You should have all the papers with you so that you can fill the information. Candidates should have a scanned copy of latest passport size photograph, scanned copy of latest passport size photograph, as well as photograph of the signature in digital format that will be accepted as .jpg, .jpeg file only, and it should be less than 500 kilobyte of size. Is it clear? For uploading with the application form. So your photograph, your signature, both should be scanned, it should be latest, and the size should be 500 KB, less than 500 KB. The debit card, credit card, and internet banking detail via which the payment of application fee is to be made on the online recruitment portal. Fee once paid will not be refunded in any circumstances. Candidate is required to log in to the candidate login section and then deposit non-refundable application fee of 600 rupees plus 18% GST through online mode only. So there is no other mode of applying for the examination and submitting the fee. On the submission of application fee, the application process will be treated as completed. The SC/ST PWD candidates are exempted from payment of application fee. The candidate should clearly note that SJVN will not in no case be responsible for the rejection of application on account of application being incomplete, non-receipt of fee, and non-submission of application or any delay in the receipt thereof on any account whatsoever. So you should be very cautious. Don't wait for the last date. Fill up the application form as early as possible. What are the important dates? The commencement of online registration for submitting applications. It is starting from 21st of December 2022, 10 a.m. in the morning. And closing date for submitting the application forms through website is going to be 10th of January. So don't wait for the last date. I think maximum up to 2nd or 3rd January you should completely fill the application form. So this is all for this session. Subscribe to BYJU'S Exam Prep for all these important updates so that you remain updated with the latest notification regarding your recruitment. Thank you so much. Take care. Thank you.